Hi guys, welcome to Trip Around the Multiverse with the almighty CY Chong and my co-host.
The EST of podcasting, Kyle Charles.
Here with today we're going to speak about Wrestlemania 37.
Yes, sir.
The Saturday, day one,
Yeah,
night one.
night one. Yeah,
Yeah,
just like Wrestle Kingdom, they split into 2 days, which makes more
exactly.
sense.
But they had crowd. They had the crowd there,
Yeah,
which was like okay, fair enough.
yeah.
But then also they had
Cobble Kyles.
live weather
And
complications,
Yeah,
So I think everything got pushed back about 40 minutes.
yeah, because it's meant to start at whatever time it was, and then they go, we're gonna have some delays because
Yeah.
Tampa is a lightning hotspot, so we all gotta get inside.
Now, what this actually is was though, when I was watching, I was like, okay, fair enough. What are they going to do to fill the time? They're going to probably do interviews and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
And it was good in the sense that you could see who had a grip on their characters.
Yeah.
And who kind of didn't in a situation where they had to speak on the microphone without any
preparation. Yeah.
Yeah. And the one that stuck out the most to me,
for good or
in
bad
the sense
reasons.
of, sorry.
For good or bad reasons.
Oh, a little bit of I want to say a bad way, but not really a bad way.
Yeah.
Braun Strowman came
came
across to me as ordinary, if you know.
Yeah. He didn't put on his voice.
Or the background he had before, like his Monster Among Men, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
But just came like
a dude.
A chill, average dude-ish.
Yeah.
Which is not his character.
No. But you can tell he's one of those people that needs sort of lines to say.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily lines to say, but how to verbalize them. In a sense,
that's what I meant to say. Yeah,
a little preparation on the, I want to say the acting, but his character. However, which is everyone else though.
Yeah.
Has definite handles on their characters.
Yeah, Kevin Owens was the best one.
Yeah.
I would say, and a New Day.
Drew. Yeah, exactly. Of course, on the New Day.
Big E.
Drew McIntyre especially as well, because Lashley and MVP are trash talking Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
And then he just steps around the side of the interview lady.
Yeah.
Says, keep on talking. I'm right here. I'll knock you out right now.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And then they McIntyre and Lashley kind of backed away ish off.
Yeah.
Security and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And Drew McIntyre is still walking towards them. So the side that they're going off, he's there now, past the interviewer. And then, so the interviewer lady puts the microphone to him, going to speak to him. He goes, no, hold on. You stay there. I'm going to walk around you, so I don't have to watch my back. I was like, oh, that's a great touch.
Yeah, I was like, that's clever.
Yeah.
He was awesome. Who else had interviews in there? I can't actually remember. But yeah, the ones that stuck out to me was like Kevin Owens, New Day. Yeah. They stuck out to me a lot. They're pretty solid. Even the little random Biggie appearing out of a box.
Yeah. But
they
just thought we point that out because it's like you got to fill the time somehow.
Yeah.
While whatever they're doing with the are they finding the crowd in and finding the crowd out? Maybe giving ponchos, whoever. We don't know exactly what they're doing there.
Yeah.
Even if they had to put a roof over but they didn't actually end up having to. But they would have had time to put the covering over the tops and stuff like that.
Yeah. It was pretty.
So
well done.
They filled the time well.
Yeah. Even though I noticed, and it's not their fault. It's been like a year before they've been since they've been in front of crowds. There was little production screw ups. Like there's a bit where the pre-show panel were talking, and it started showing like a vignette, and you could hear them sort of I finished the one to be on my. Yeah, I was like, let it off.
Yeah. That's at the beginning of this match, right? Or did they do it twice?
Yeah, little beginning of this match. Yeah. So I was like,
so Lashley and Drew McIntyre opened the show with a WWE title match, and during the video package, the guys at the table were talking over it, but they were communicating whatever, nothing to do with the actual thing.
No, lucky none of them swore.
So. Yeah, but like they used to say, it was just a odd production error.
Yeah,
whatever you let it slide. It's not. There's no way you do it unless they were going to be like to start talking about behind the scenes stuff. Oh yeah, so when he loses that, what time and stuff like that.
Yeah,
when
then
he go
it'll
home, all
be-
that stuff. Then so
That would be
there's
awkward.
somebody getting fired, you know.
Yeah, but they handled it very well. So it was good to have WrestleMania back. I was quite excited for this one. You know.
Yeah. Right. So, what did you think of this WWE title match? Did you think it should have opened? By the way,
I do, in a way.
What? Wait. Look. Okay. Before, don't look back at when you watched it.
Yeah.
Look at the organization of the card as one man. Would you have organized this as the first match?
Yeah, because I think it would have been weird if it was in the middle.
Okay. Fair enough.
So sort of like get it out the way and sort of heat up the crowd with this match. So
well, especially since Bianca Belair won the Royal Rumble, so the female Royal Rumble should be last.
Yeah.
On this day night, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe they should have had Seth Rollins and Cesaro first because that match was a quicker, faster paced match.
Yeah,
to get the
it
crowd
was.
pumped. But like you said, and then you can probably slot this in the middle somewhere. But in either case, when you look at it like that, you know what the last match is going to be.
Yeah.
So your first match, this okay, a bit off, but not off key, but it's like all right.
It's random,
Fair
but
enough.
when you think about it, like I said, like you think about it, like in the long run, like, okay, it makes sense to have it at the start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what did you think of the match itself?
The match itself, I really enjoyed it.
So I thought it was not bad actually.
Yeah.
I thought it was. I didn't go. Okay, so when Drew McIntyre started throwing Bobby Lashley around, I was like, okay, I guess. At some point, Lashley's going to do the same.
Wait a sec. So you're gonna glass past, Bobby Lashley's awesome entrance, but it was actually lightning.
I guess I am. Go on. You go hit me about the entrance. I was going to go on for the actual match, but you go tell me about the entrance.
All right.
Tell me what you need to say about the entrances.
All right. Drew McIntyre's entrance was, I thought it was going to be a bit more like extravagant because he didn't get a extravagant one last year at WrestleMania. But it's still cool. He had his sword and everything. It was like, yeah, cool. Yeah. And he's all hyping up the crowd. Like, yeah, that's good. But then, all you saw was lightning, and the whole place went gold. And they were talking about the almighty Bobby Lashley. Yeah. It was epic. I'm not gonna lie. And even it said the almighty WWE champion. I was like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, I know this is going. But there's still doubt in me that it wasn't going to go this way. But I was like, okay, cool. That's why even in my notes, I wrote, Drew McIntyre versus the almighty WWE champion Bobby Lashley.
Yeah. Now,
it was
during the match, I think one of the first parts of the match, Drew McIntyre managed to do like a overhead belly to belly.
Yeah.
On Lashley, or do you want to do, double arm hip toss, however you want to call it?
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, so they're going to get to a point where they're just going to be lifting each other and just slinging each other about like huge brutes, just slamming each other.
Yeah.
Didn't get to that point though, but they did start busting out more and more moves. So Lashley, Drew McIntyre runs into Lashley. Lashley just picks him up and throws him out for a spine buster.
Yeah.
And then I think he tries to Claymore later on.
Yeah.
And then Lashley does the same. So on the third one, when he goes to do it, Drew McIntyre rolls it into a Kimura counter. I was like, okay, you see what they were. Yeah. The rule of three, as they call it. So it was like, okay, they set you up, and then you got the counter.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I didn't see that coming, but then it sort of is a callback to Brock Lesnar, which is pretty smart. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Another thing that caught my eye was the triple future shock DDT. Now, I know the future shock is not Drew McIntyre's finisher; it's a signature move.
Yeah.
But when you're taking 3 of those in a row,
I
mean, it makes Lashley look strong for kicking out of it, but at the same time, it's like because he didn't even unhook him, we just held on to the guy.
Yeah.
Did another one, rolled through, held him up again, like with the double underhooks, continue to hold, and did it again. I was like, okay, 3 of them, right?
That was
But
awesome.
you're telling me if a Claymore kick puts Lashley out, which it didn't, right? Because he didn't manage to do it. But if a Claymore kick put Lashley out, would
Yeah.
have meant that one Claymore kick's stronger than 3
Yeah.
Future Shock DDTs.
Yeah, because the Future Shock's been like watered down since he
That's true.
disappeared and came back. It's been watered down.
True. And you know what? Initially, I thought he
Yeah.
did the second one because the first one, the camera angle didn't quite catch. I don't think how much how much of Lashley's head actually hit the mat
Yeah.
from the camera. So it could have been just like, okay, so Drew McIntyre realized Lashley's head didn't hit the mat, so he just held on to him for another one. But I don't think that was actually the spot. The spot was supposed to hit them all 3 in a row.
Yeah. And then Lashley gets out because he's God.
Because he's almighty,
Yeah.
Exactly. The other thing that caught my eye was the ending as well, where MVP distracts, like Drew's lining up for Claymore.
Yeah.
MVP distracts him, like shouting something.
Yeah,
And
shouts.
Drew looks to the side.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, Lashley also pauses.
Yeah.
So the first time I saw that, I thought, oh, did they mess something up?
Yeah.
Because the other guy wouldn't usually pause to look as well.
Yeah.
But then they hit the Claymore. Then he missed the Claymore, and then Lashley locked him in the hurt lock, and
Drew died.
by referee stoppage. And I was like, okay, that was the actual ending, but it made me think, right, they kind of tricked me, ish. Maybe they forgot to miss a spot or something like that. I don't know, but no, that was the actual ending.
Yeah. It was a.
It's good that Lashley kind of paused though as well, because it made it look more natural.
Yeah.
Like something is going off rather than we're here to protect Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
And like you say, he's going to die and resurrect himself
Yeah.
because he still needs to be protected. But we don't want Lashley to win outright,
Yeah.
even though we kind of do.
Yeah. Which is weird, but it was like you said, it was a good ending because like if Lashley didn't like get startled by MVP calling the thing as well, it would have felt a bit weird. Like, they sort of planned it along.
Your traditional bad guy cheat to win, where both got distracted, and you're like, okay, well they were on even footing because they were both didn't know what was going on, quote unquote.
Yeah. So,
I thought it was all right. I thought it was an all right match. You I think enjoyed it more than me.
Yeah, I did.
From the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Because I was probably expecting them to start throwing each other around, like I was saying before. I mean, once one big guy starts throwing another guy, you're thinking, all right, the second big guy's going to go F this and start slinging him around.
Yeah.
Probably set my expectations a bit, not too high, but they didn't go the way I was imagining, but that doesn't mean it wasn't good.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. Like, it wasn't like normally you get with big guys, a slow lumbering and boring match. But this one, they sort of mixed it up with them both being able to throw each other around, and it didn't look unbelievable.
Yeah, and I just thought they may throw each other around a bit more, but that's neither here nor there.
No.
It was all right. You would say it's entertaining enough?
Yeah, it's entertaining.
Or where would you slot it? Okay.
And I would slot it in I'd watch it. I would tell people to watch this match because it was a lot better. I'll say it's one of Drew's better, like, main event matches.
Yeah, it was definitely like I want to say a hard-hitting match, but it was a tough guy kind of match, you know?
Yeah.
It wasn't like a Shibata match where they just stand there and start pummeling, like slapping each other and going, all right, you bring it.
Yeah, your turn.
But it was two kind of big guys just like, all right, let's go.
Yeah. Who's the biggest guy of us all? Yeah, sort of thing.
Yeah.
It was cool.
That was all. It was all right. It was kind of entertaining, I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just happy. Like this match, I didn't mind who won out of either of them because I like both the guys.
Well,
but,
Lashley only won it like a couple of weeks, like a month before.
Yeah, so it'd be
kind of like, do you really want him to lose? But then again, if they're the heels, why would Drew McIntyre kind of, you know?
Yeah.
But it's good they made him lose the way he did because it kind of made the hurt look good.
Yeah.
The submission move, and then it protected Drew McIntyre because they wanted to have a rematch or however. When Bobby Lashley kicked out of the Claymore, that's probably another thing. I thought he was actually going to kick out of the Claymore or something like that, just to make him look a bit more stronger.
Yeah. I guess they don't want to mess with the Claymore yet.
Yeah.
Like, as they built it up over the last year. They don't want to sort of.
And I thought maybe Lashley will bust out a Dominator, but
that's what I thought.
Didn't do it. As in, they didn't kick out of each other's finishes, which is good because it starts walking down finishes at that point.
Yeah, he turns to Ring of Honor in 2004. So it's sort of a good thing.
And this match went 18 minutes, but it didn't feel like
really.
Yeah, it didn't feel like a massively long match. If you know, I mean, not hugely long. It went by pretty smoothly.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Okay, so any other notes before we start moving to the next one?
No, just that the almighty era has truly begun now.
So. Well, we'll see because you just might lose it next month. You know how WWE booking is.
He probably will.
Hopefully not. Maybe he'll just kick out the Claymore and take another one if it's anything. I mean, they built him up, so they might as well protect him a little bit more.
Yeah.
However, they might just turn him face and start having him fight heels.
Yeah, could do.
Because you could have on Raw, Drew McIntyre shake his hand saying, "Well,
Yeah. Bobby, you did it. Yeah, sort of.
Yeah. They'll probably save that until the rematch, though. As in, they'll have the rematch next month, and then they'll be like, yeah, Bobby.
Yeah.
You're the man.
You're the man until I get my other title shot. And why am I doing an Irish accent? But that's what it would be.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we move on?
Yeah. Women's tag team turmoil match.
Before that, you ought to talk about the little segment where the NWO are backstage.
Oh yeah.
Plus
so
Hogan.
I'm moving on matches, right? But no, you're right. We should do it in the order of whatever's broadcasting.
Yeah. It's about 2 seconds long, one would say. NWO come out plus Hogan, and then Bayley comes. And she tries to get too sweet from everyone. They're like, "Oh no, I don't want to give you one."
My Lady Bayley just coming in to cause a little bit of a ruckus because of her character, and and then everyone blanks her. Like Nash is about too sweet her, and then he does the thing where he sweeps his hand over his hair.
Yeah.
But X-Pac.
Yeah, the greatest guy in the world, X-Pac, was like, "No, I'll give you too sweet. I like your work." I was like, X-Pac is the best. This is why he's the best. That was awesome.
Oh yeah. But it's just odd to see the NWO with all white hair. Well, except for X-Pac, he's still got black hair. But
because it's funny, he's like 10 years younger than all of them, so it's so weird. Yeah.
But Hogan looks like he's shrunk. I mean, how massive he used to look.
Yeah.
Now he's looking way small. Like, of course he's going to look smaller now. But when you think, you think of Hulk Hogan, you don't think of what he looks like now. You think of him as his prime-ish or WCW era, stuff like that.
Yeah. Not
so when he came out at the beginning of the show with the feather boa, I thought I was just and he kept it around his neck and everything like that. I thought, maybe I should just kind of basically hide how not withered he looks or smaller, but just you want to keep the image of Hulk Hogan up.
Yeah, even though he's 67 and he doesn't need his image to be anything but ego. Yeah.
Well, but then again, he wouldn't look right in a suit either.
Nah.
Because if you wear a suit, you can kind of hide your body shape ish.
Yeah.
But when we say that, but Henry Cavill in a suit still looks massive. So
exactly. It's weird. It is weird. Okay, so we move on to back to the second match.
Yeah, ladies tag team turmoil for the number one contenders to the women's tag title that's held by Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax.
Yeah.
And that match, the winner of this will verse those on night 2.
Yeah. Yep.
Women's tag team turmoil match.
Yes.
So the winner of this will verse Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, who are the women's tag team champions.
Yep.
On the next night.
Yeah. Night 2.
Okay, so sorry.
I said, night 2. That's what.
Yeah. Okay, so first people out are Lana and Naomi, and their opponents are Billie Kay and Carmella.
Yep.
This segment of the match only lasts like 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So, anything you got to say about this?
I thought that Lana and Naomi would have gone further.
Right.
That's the only thing. Because I like them as a team. Lana's a bit botchy, but who isn't?
Yeah.
But
well, there was a little bit of a botch in there, but I don't think it was either of the girls' fault.
No, it wasn't.
Billie Kay, Lana went to do a spin kick, and Billie Kay kind of accidentally moved out of the way because she was selling something the hit prior.
Yeah.
And which was funny because then they also brought up a commentary, and I think the way the camera angle cut is like Lana was going to kick her, but then stopped because she moved either too close, too far away. You can't tell from exactly what was the camera angle, so she kind of stopped her movement midway.
Yeah. She kind of sort of botched comment as well. So when she saw it, she's like, "Yeah, let me sort of
cancel." She did the the video game cancel maneuver.
But it count frames, yeah.
And then Carmella does so Billie Kay does a sunset flip on Naomi.
Yeah.
But Lana's outside with the ropes, inside, pushing Billie Kay's upper half.
Yeah.
Across, so Naomi couldn't kick out.
Yeah.
Right?
Which was quite clever. I was like, smart.
Yeah. Because when the next team comes in,
the Riot
Squad,
stop.
They try to win the match the same way, Carmella and Billie Kay, and the referee says, "No, we saw you this time."
Yeah.
What do you think about this segment of the match? Which, only like about 5 minutes in, Billie Kay and Carmella get eliminated.
Yeah. After like Lana and Naomi win, I thought, okay, maybe Billie Kay and Carmella are gonna go the distance and win. No.
Yeah.
Because I like both Naomi.
I was thinking, all right, if I hope the Riot Squad wins. Firstly, because they're an actual tag team.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, and both of them been underutilized. They haven't been doing anything. What the gimmicks they begin with Liv Morgan, and then whatever they're doing with Ruby Riott. It's like, oh, come on, man, give the girls a chance, man.
Yeah.
They're trying. They're putting effort in,
Yeah, they're putting effort in. I was like supporting them a bit until I saw what they came out in. I was like, can we just let this die now? Joker and Harley Quinn, can we just let this die now?
Yeah. Oh, look, forget that. Forget the costumes, right? But don't say Liv Morgan did very much like a Suicide Squad Harley Quinn. Yeah. So the props of that. But Ruby Riott, I mean, she had green hair, so I guess they kind of went that way. But they gave her a red lipstick, and it doesn't look. It looked odd with the rest of her get up. I think if she had black lipstick,
or even green lipstick,
some dark color. It just offset with the same tone of her skin and the color of her hair. Yeah, and the roots of her hair were black as well. Yeah. So it just the lipstick popped a bit more than it should. Yeah. Not much to say about this middle section.
No.
All right. So, Riot Squad beat Carmella and Billie Kay, and then Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke come out.
Dana Brooke. Yep. This is where Mandy Rose slipped, coming down the ramp because it was still wet. I was like, oh no, poor girl.
Oh yeah, already, already. Yeah. No. Just imagine it. Like if you think, okay, there's a bunch already. Later on, when she gets into the ring, maybe there's gonna be worse. Yeah. But actually, I thought as well, like you're saying, was it particularly unsafe, or did she just happen to slip in a wet patch? Because if her good grip there. Yeah. How's it going to be when she goes in the ring?
Yeah. But luckily, she sort of handled that slip. Yeah. Because that could have been a lot worse. Because I thought like an ankle gave in or something.
Not like... I mean, she wasn't a heel. They're not heels, right? Are they? No. All right. Well, I didn't think their faces are, but they're not really anything. But she got up and kind of brushed herself down and was like, yeah, okay. Yep,
let's keep going. Yeah. What you have to do in that sort of situation, because if you react to it, then people are going to keep the botch going, you know what I mean? They're like, you messed up, or whatever. But
it depends on your character as well, whether you can recover from something like that. I mean, if Braun Strowman slips, then you'd be like, I don't know. Yeah. He could get up and start slamming the ground like Hulk, right? Yeah. Maybe. But Brock Lesnar slipping, or Undertaker, ooh, Yeah. There was So speaking of that as well, slipperiness. Yeah. There was a bit where Mandy Rose went to do a superplex on Liv Morgan, and she didn't quite her foot didn't quite grip. I think the second rope or something like that.
Yeah.
But luckily, they had a grip enough where Liv Morgan kind of grabbed her and kind of
Yeah.
pulled her back up. I mean, it wasn't major or anything, but it's just like, whoa, that could have been like
Worse.
Liv Morgan. If they fell, Liv Morgan probably would have fell on her own head on the way down.
Yeah.
Mandy Rose had nowhere to go but back, and the way that the suplex position was. Yeah. So good on Liv Morgan there.
Yeah.
And the Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke get eliminated at 9 minutes and 20.
Yeah.
And the announcer announced the wrong winners.
Yeah. That was awkward.
Yeah. Especially since it was a roll-up and a roll-up.
Yeah.
So it could have been like, he could have counted the previous roll-up, or he could have counted the one that was happening now. So, yeah.
Because that confused me. I was like, wait, so who is out?
Who got the actual 3 count? Yeah.
Yeah, I was just sitting there for a minute. I was like, do I need to rewind this? But then they sort of kind of rectified it for me. I was like, okay, cool, I guess. That makes sense.
And then Natalia and the Tamina come out.
Yeah, because no one's meaner than Tamina.
Yep. To be fair, they kind of do what they need to do.
Yeah.
As they're probably the default heels now.
Yeah.
Considering the Riot Squad have been in there for quite a bit.
Yeah.
And Tamina wins. Tamina wins for her team by using a Superfly Splash.
Yeah.
And this whole thing was like 14 minutes and 15 seconds. Now, I'm not a fan of quick eliminations.
Yeah.
Right. But I would also expect a tag team turmoil to actually have tag teams. So.
Well, Tamina and Natalia are the tag team. They have been for a couple months now.
Lana and Naomi are also because they're friends. Yeah. But what I'm just saying is, a legit tag team would have not coordinated outfits necessarily, but at least a tag team name or something like that, right? The Wyatt Squad are the only ones here that did.
Yeah, but that's
like I'm like, all right, well, also knowing that the heels, Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. Yeah, they're bad guys, right? So you're probably expecting good guys to win this to have a...
Yeah.
So that's why I was saying Riot Squad as well, because they would have made more sense.
But like...
But now you got two heels versing each other? 2 heel teams?
Like, the thing is, if Riot... Like, me personally, I think if the Riot Squad did win, their match against Shayna and Nia would be one-sided. You know that they're going to win.
They would be the underdogs. Which
no, they're not the underdogs. They'll be like roadkill because it's Shayna and Nia. You know what I mean?
Well, let's put it this way, though. I mean, of all the teams we have here, they're probably all, like, from the credibility standpoint perspective, like you're saying, if we go by kayfabe abilities, none of these teams here, aside from Natalia and Tamina, are come off capable of having a match and winning against the monster of Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, the brutal Shayna Baszler. Yeah. So in that sense, the right team won, but I think the plucky underdogs could have told a good story as well, especially since, like saying, that the only pair of good guys that were actually in this entire turmoil.
No. Tamina, not Tamina. Naomi and Lana are good guys, and so are Mandy and Dana. So.
Well, Mandy and Dana, I think, are more of that middle line-ish thing where they could go either way, depending.
Yeah, it depends on how they're written or whatever. But yeah, but I'm kind of looking forward to seeing Nia and Shayna take on Tamina and Natalia, because like realistically, it's the first time we're gonna see like 2 women teams that like could legit like fight, if you know what I mean.
Okay, I suppose from a, I don't want to say a brute perspective, like, you know, but they're power.
Yeah.
Tamina and Nia Jax are both like power wrestlers, and Natalia and Shayna Baszler are more submission based.
Yeah. So it's the first time we've seen something like that in women's wrestling. So
we'll see on night 2 when we go through that. Whether I don't want to say whether it's the right choice or not, but you know about the conclusion of everything until we realise what they have planned for the next bit.
Yeah. Even though we both know that Nia and Shayna are winning. They're not losing titles.
Well, they've been doing strange stuff with that tag team, so you never know.
Yeah.
WWE booking is all I can say about that.
Yeah, it's true. Sometimes you think
So
you understand, but then you don't because they don't understand
yeah,
themselves. Yeah.
yeah. So moving on to the next match.
Yep. The best match of the
Okay.
night, in my opinion.
Yep. Yep. I would be very inclined to agree. Seth Rollins versus Cesaro.
The King of
Um,
Swing. Yep.
so this is all about Cesaro's.
Disrespectful.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're trying to. After all these years, they decided, you know what, we'll give him a bit of a push
Yeah.
now. A proper. Well, they could talk about how it is. He is trying to rise to the top, trying to get to where he's supposed to be from all his potential, but
Yeah.
he keeps on stopping and starting. It's like, you people write the storylines.
Yeah,
You're the one.
exactly. It's not
It's not
him.
his fault.
He's not saying, you
you
know
make it sound
what?
like,
I don't want to be pushed anymore. No one
yeah,
says that.
exactly. Dude's always putting effort in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you try and make it sound like he can't live up to his potential. It's like, no, you guys are not doing anything with him.
Exactly. And you can't even
So
buy
we'll
that
see.
kayfabe wise either.
Exactly. We'll,
Yeah.
we'll just see exactly how this turns out to be in the end. But
Yeah.
the entire story of this particular match was based on Seth Rollins getting humiliated by getting done by the record world-breaking Cesaro swings of I think he did 8 and then he did another 14 for a total of 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't do that 22 in a row. I think he did the first 8, then he had to reset his
He had to
grip
reset
or
himself
something
and then, carried on.
yeah. So that was that on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And then this match happens. I thought it started off pretty hectic pace as well with good Cesaro European uppercuts.
Yeah.
And Seth Rollins making him look good.
Yeah. You could tell they're friends because they were working their asses off to put the other person over.
I mean, realistically speaking, Seth Rollins has won they put all his accolades. He's won the Universal title twice.
Yeah.
World title, Continental title, tag titles, US title, right?
Yeah.
So if he was a dick, he would have just been like picking and choosing when he wants to sell for Cesaro.
Yeah.
If he wanted to, right?
Yeah.
Because they can't be not saying they can't touch him, but he can just say, look, I'm at this point, you're at that point. So
Yeah.
in his own head, he'd be that. But no, he wasn't being egotistical at all. He was just like, yeah, my dude, I'm gonna help you, man.
Yeah. And it was amazing.
Yeah. So Seth Rollins kicked out the neutralizer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, first of all, Seth Rollins working on Cesaro's arm all match.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And Seth Rollins later on kick out the neutralizer. I'm like, right, maybe you should have given him a little bit of a break before the pin. I don't like instant kick out finishers, right?
Yeah.
Could just make the finisher look bad. But yeah, so you kick Seth Rollins through hand neutralizer and Cesaro self-shock, of course. And then they do a so is a rope flip into a neutralizer, rope flip counter into a neutralizer. And then
That's awesome.
Yeah, so Seth Rollins had the rope with his hands, Cesaro grabs his feet, and you'd swing the opponent up, so then they land on their own feet, right? As a counter, because you just tried to throw them over the top rope.
Yeah.
But as Seth Rollins is coming, like swinging it back to land on his feet because he's in the crouch position, Cesaro just grabs him and just puts him in a neutralizer position. The crowd's going wild because they're like, "Oh yeah, he's gonna get him."
Yeah. But
he doesn't. Of course, he doesn't. But they also have a Cesaro kick out of a pedigree, and I was like, "Ooh, spicy choice there."
Yeah.
Because
it's not done by the master Triple H, so you know.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I was like. Are they allowing it because, well, it's not Seth Rollins' actual finishing now.
No.
So, and he's not the master of the pedigree, so fair enough. Cesaro can kick out it. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Fair enough. I'll let you slide. Then, yeah, then you get to the finish where Cesaro's arms are hanging. So then he puts the airplane spin / the UFO, as what they call it. It's basically the torture rack position.
Yeah.
Where you have them across your shoulders. And he holds them off, starts to spin with his arms, then he lets go and puts his arms on his hips-ish.
Yeah.
And just keep on spinning with the momentum. And Seth Rollins is still in position there. How many rotations do you reckon that was? Because I didn't count it, and I don't think the crowd counted.
Don't think they count it either, but I want to say at least about 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then Seth Rollins was selling the dizziness, and then he got caught in the swing, which was 23 swings in a row, non-stop, which he also sold.
Yeah.
And then he got done by the neutralizer. But it's like, okay, so if you can't even get your bearings, I mean, do 2 of these spinning kayfabe moves in a row, you would get caught by something because you don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah,
afterwards.
Exactly. You don't know where you are.
Logically, the finish completely makes sense. And he didn't even cheat to win or anything like that. Like, even a good guy, he got a proper clean pin on a high-ranking superstar. I was like, all right. Did they need to sacrifice Nakamura to get to this point? Well, you know.
Yeah, they did.
No, but did they need to though?
Yeah, Nakamura doesn't care, so does it make a difference?
Fair enough.
And like with Nakamura, unlike Cesaro, if they want to tomorrow, they can make him a top star just like that again. With like Cesaro, because it's been so long, you sort of need to do what you can to get him back to that point.
Yeah, like a soft reset, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. But this was a really good match actually. It's really entertaining. Told the story of Seth Rollins. I don't want to get humiliated by the swing, and then he does get because the bad guy gets his comeuppance, and it built to the swing as well.
Yeah.
It was all perfectly logical.
Yeah, there was a few good spots in this match as well. Like when Seth went to do the stomp and Cesaro reversed it into the European uppercut, that was pretty sick. And when Seth did a corkscrew frog splash, that looked weird, but it looked awesome at the same time.
I know. I was like, what was he going for?
Yeah.
Like, was he going for a frog splash, or was he going for the Phoenix splash and just realized he was in the wrong position? So he just kind of come up with something else that was in the middle of between the two, whatever he was doing.
And it didn't look weird either. It's like, that looked cool.
Yeah. After you saw it happen, you're like, oh, okay.
Like,
I accept that.
To you.
Yeah. Plus, that was something different. Fair enough.
But I noticed both of them in this. A lot of people in this actual WrestleMania busted out some new moves that you've never seen them do before.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was cool. So yeah, I would definitely say this match is a must-watch.
Yeah. Or at the very least, it's very entertaining. Like the top tier, very. Okay, so you're moving on to a New Day, which is in this instance Kofi, Kingston, and Xavier Woods because Big E is on a separate show and on night 2 of this, anyways.
Yeah.
So he does intro these guys.
Yeah, which is
versus
pretty
nice. AJ Styles and Omos.
Yeah.
What were your expectations before going into this match?
I knew 3 out of the 4 people are really good.
Yes, that's exactly the same as what I was going to say. Go on.
So I was like, yeah, it's going to be, no matter what, it's going to be a good match. Like...
Or at least very decent.
Yeah, very decent. It's not going to be like a terrible match or anything like that. But it was, even though none of us have seen what Omos could do, but you already had that inkling that he's better than the Big Khali. Yeah,
well, here's the thing, right? Because he's such an unknown. You're like, all right, well, 2/3, for 3/4 of this match can do stuff. Yeah. And if Omos can't, he can just come in for the finish.
Yeah.
Like, I assume... I mean, I was assuming in my head, AJ will probably get beat up, right? Yeah. And then tag out to Omos who cleans house. Here's the thing, though. They're the heels. And Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston are the baby faces. So it'd be a very odd... How do you get the crowd invested to the point where they want to see the faces get beat up? And that's a very tricky line, which they kind of did and didn't do in this match.
Yeah.
Because the actual match, AJ Styles did get beat up by the New Day, and the New Day were kind of being a bit more obnoxious as their faces because they were going overboard with their antics.
Yeah, they were too cocky.
Yeah. And that's why you kind of they got, but they didn't They were true to their characters.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was a weird heel turn or anything like that because they were still wrestling face the whole match.
Yeah. So good on them. They knew what they were, how to put it together to get to the point where people are anticipating Omos as a hot tag.
Yeah, and how they were wrestling as well was they were trying to keep AJ in because they were sort of scared of Omos.
Yeah, and what's funny is when Xavier Woods had that headlock on AJ Styles, and then they're like, he shouts at the commentary team, "Classic tag team, cutting the ring in half."
Yeah.
And then the commentator's like, "Yeah, I was exactly going to say that." I think it's Samoa Joe, but he was like, "Yeah, I was exactly going to say that." So yeah. So good spot where there was a phenomenal. So AJ sprung off the top rope onto Omos' shoulder, who's right by the rope, so it's not really a huge spring. But he came off Omos' shoulder into a phenomenal forearm, Xavier Woods.
Yeah. And that was sort of spelling the end of the match. After that.
Now, I've wrote here, right? I don't know what Omos' actual finish is, but I put it as a short arm sky high.
I thought it was a choke bomb.
All right. Well, that's the thing. From the odd camera angle, because we know... I mean, he's only been in the ring once, right?
Yeah.
But I assumed it was like the old... the short arm clothesline. So you pull them back, reel them in.
Yeah.
And then he did the old D'Lo Brown sky high.
Yeah.
Where he grabs them by kind of armpits / waist area.
Yeah.
Ribs even, and then slammed them down.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't sit down with it, but he could have been a choke slam kind of ish for all we know, because wherever he got the grip. But anyway, he elevated the guy and slammed him down.
Yeah.
And kept sold it like he was dead.
Yeah. Which was the way it ended. This sorry, go on.
I was going to say, the match was actually pretty alright. I thought Omos, though, would have... I mean, he come in and started doing backbreakers. I'm like, yeah, but if you come in and clothesline these guys, right?
Yeah.
And do, like, not a high-impact move, but you come in and clothesline these guys, pick them up, slam them down, make them look like children, then you would have got a bigger pop and more of a faster pace.
I don't think he would have.
Well, but he came in there with like slower style backbreakers and stuff like that. Not even a sidewalk slam or something like that. I was like, ooh.
Because I think if he did clotheslines, and like clotheslines are, when you're a big man, it's that it would just remind people of Great Khali, because that's all he really did was clotheslines.
Not necessarily clothesline, but like something to knock them down is what I mean. I know clothesline are the traditional moves you would have used to knock them down. I mean, could have done a big boot as well, but or Yakuza kicks even, but just something to like take them off their feet.
Yeah, could have done that.
Some sort of strike. I mean, he could have done, which come out even look odd. But say they come in, hot tag comes in and he chops them, and they sell the chop like they flip backwards from the chop.
Yeah.
But just some high impact hit is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I think with him doing like just like the backbreakers and stuff, like they're sort of power moves, and people.
Yeah, but the thing is, he didn't just backbreaker them and then throw them down like trash. Backbreakered them, then held them in that backbreaker submission position.
Yeah, to show dominance.
Yeah, I suppose. But I just thought he was gonna get the hot tag and start, House on Fire kind of comeback.
I don't know being that tall, you can't really do those sort of House on Fire's comebacks because your body can't sort of support that weight at that speed. You know what I mean?
You're telling me the unknown entity with his ring skill ability, so we don't know what. Well, yeah, okay. To be fair, you're probably right. We shouldn't judge what you can or cannot do until we actually see him extensively in the ring, and maybe he's just not completely trained in certain moves, so you just keep to the safer ones. Yeah. Fair enough.
Makes sense.
But then again, you want to give a guy like that your tag team titles?
Yeah, AJ does all the work. He comes and finishes.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Classic I suppose. Tag team, innit?
Oh yeah, okay. I suppose.
Tag team with like a tall man, short man sort of.
Yeah,
that's how it is. Yeah.
I suppose. I mean, it makes a lot of sense to do it like that, but shouldn't you have the guy being able? So I mean, but then, yeah. Most of the matches, AJ Styles get beat up. Okay. Well, we'll see how they turn out the rest of this in their next set of tag matches.
Yes, we will see soon.
Because at this point, his skill level almost is like Big question mark. Unknown.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
It is.
Yeah.
But yeah, good match. Like I said, you saw Kofi and Xavier bust out some new moves they've never really done before, which I thought was pretty cool.
And they did make it almost look like a
star.
force of nature because after he'd done the finish and he just like 1 foot pin.
Yeah.
Just pinned Kofi with 1 foot, and I was like, you know what? I'm not even too mad at that, even though it's kind of. I don't want to say, people say it's disrespectful to Kofi Kingston, right? But you just make this guy come in there. He's massive as well.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he listen to not necessarily his leader, but
yeah, and like it's
with more experience telling him what to do.
It's not
and the way that his persona comes across, Omos is like so kind of chill. Yeah, I got this.
Yeah, but like if people start saying that disrespectful to Kofi, no, because Kofi again is another guy at this point. He could take losses after losses, and then if they want to, just like that, he could be world champion again because he's.
Which is kind of what they did with Kofi Mania.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't. You can't bury Kofi. He'll live forever. So yeah, sorry.
Okay, so Braun Strowman versus Shayna Mac.
Shayna. Yeah.
That this match went on 11 minutes. What was it? Hell in the Cell? No. Sorry.
Steel cage. Yeah, steel cage.
Now, I had low expectations going in as well because all this is like based on this Shane calling Braun stupid.
Yes,
and Braun saying,
stupid.
I'm gonna show the people I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
First of all, I was like, this doesn't quite. For me, okay. So, Shane McMahon, you're an idiot for bullying a guy who you know can tear you in half, right?
Yeah, a guy that can murder you.
Yeah.
Legit.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you have Braun saying, I'm doing this for all the people that got bullied. As though, Braun, how many times in your life do you reckon you ever got bullied? Shut up.
Not even that. You got to remember, like, if you want to go far back into Braun's character, he was basically bullying Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
And other people, so it's like... dude.
But he can flip cars. If we go by kayfabe abilities, he can flip trucks.
Exactly.
Right? So what's he going to be thinking? Like, it looks like Shane McMahon, and Shane McMahon should just wither, realistically speaking, right? But then again, let's put it this way. Shane McMahon in kayfabe has taken on the devil's favorite demon and an undead entity from hell, which would be the Undertaker at this point, right?
Yeah.
So I suppose in storyline, okay, Shane McMahon is a massive threat to all wrestlers. Yeah. Who knows exactly,
Who knows?
Right?
He's got money.
But I'm just saying that this particular storyline just didn't make sense to me a huge lot because it's like, all right, I guess you're paying to see Shane McMahon get beat up. I think that's why he's being obnoxious heel, and yeah. So how are they gonna get me to sympathise with Braun Strowman? Unless it's just going to be a 5-minute match where Shane's just going to be selling everything that Braun Strowman's going to throw at him and then throw at him. But they do... The way they put this together with Elias and Riker attacking Braun Strowman before, I was like, okay. Hitting his knees and stuff with chairs and stuff, other stuff. I'm like, okay, that puts him on the back foot, and I guess that would give leeway to Shane to take control of the match.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
It was fine. It made sense, yeah.
Everything that happened was Braun Strowman trying to come back, but Shane kept on using weapons and stuff like that to even the playing field.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Fair enough. Makes sense. He did put a toolbox out of, I want to say thin air, like a magician, but they had these kind of, I don't know, what would you call them? Soft pouches at the corners for some reason.
Yeah. I guess it had that, so it made sense why he had that. But then them being there doesn't make sense anyway.
Exactly. Yeah. However, the box that hit Braun Strowman did make that hollow metal sound.
Yeah.
That you could hear everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, fair enough. But yeah, then Shane tries to exit the cage. Braun Strowman hulks up, rips the cage.
That was awesome. Not gonna lie, I actually did enjoy it.
And then he pulls Shane to the top of the corner, and Shane, being the daredevil he is, took kind of a choke slam, but a flip dive, more like. It was safer to do that way.
Yeah.
Into the ring from the cage. And then he's basically dead, and Braun Strowman climbs down, running power slam finish.
Yeah. But that bumped from the top of the cage to the ring that looked like it hurt because he bounced afterwards as
well.
well.
Yeah, exactly.
And you've seen his face, he's just like, why did I do this?
No, you know what? I didn't think this match was that bad, actually.
No, it wasn't. It was entertaining for what it was.
Yeah, decently entertaining.
Yeah.
And they set it up in a natural way because, like we were saying before, Braun Strowman could just, grab the top of Shane McMahon's head.
Yeah.
Tear off the rest of his body like a fatality.
Yeah, literally. Literally.
So they had to cripple him from the very beginning.
Which was smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shane, man, he's just...
I mean, this was a decently paced match that went, it went 11 minutes, never felt like it was going too long or anything like that.
Nah,
and always, not that it never felt that Shane never had a chance, but every time he started getting beaten up, he'd cut off the hook spots with his shenanigans.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, man's going to get to what's coming to him at some point.
Yeah, and when he did, it was super painful looking. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought he was legit going to do a proper choke slam, and I was like, oof.
Yeah, I thought if that happened, I was like, please don't do that. Please don't do that.
No. Especially if he was going to go to the outside.
Yeah.
If he was going to think that he was going to choke slam him from the top of the cage to the outside through the announcer table, I was like, that's probably,
Yeah. That's Shane Dunn.
Yeah.
But,
it's alright. It was decently entertaining match, yeah?
Yeah, entertaining. Yeah, I'll give it that rating.
I will. Okay, moving on to Bad Bunny. And
wait.
Oh.
Just a brief. Then we had the little video package for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And Bailey was there because Bailey's the best.
Yeah.
So this year, I'll quickly run through the people in the Hall of Fame. Last year, sorry. It was British Bulldog, the Bella Twins, Jushin Thunder Liger.
Yeah.
Meant to be Batista, but he's not there, so he's getting put back to 2022. And the headliners were the NWO, so everyone there is 2 times.
Did you say Bulldog?
Yeah.
All right. I thought you forgot Bulldog, but no.
So yeah, it was cool seeing Liger.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it was okay. And one thing that stuck out for me was when they all said, "Welcome to the class of 2020." X-Pac, being the amazing human being that he is, went out and said to everyone, "Thank you all." Like the others Hall of Famers, like, I respect you. I was like, he's the only one who done that of everyone else in the NWO.
Yeah.
Because they're all egotistical, except for him. So yeah.
Well, to be fair, he was, I wouldn't say the lowest tier member, but you know what I mean? He wasn't the original set of 3. He was like the smaller guy, the smaller work rate guy.
Yeah.
Because probably he was the best in ring out of the...
Yep. Yep, he was.
Him and Razor for definite. But,
yeah.
So
yeah. That's your class of 2020. Yay.
Yeah.
Liger. So yeah.
So then on to the next match, Bad Bunny and Damian Priest versus Miz and John Morrison.
Yeah. The Mayor of Slamtown.
All right. No, I'm gonna give it to Miz and John Morrison, right?
Yeah.
Because whatever stupidness they get given to do,
they run with it.
You know, they're like, all right, I'll shoot my head look like a rocker 80s punk. John Morrison, like, yeah, I'll do that. Like, okay, Miz and Morrison, we're just gonna do a stupid silly rap to take the piss out of Bad Bunny. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. 100%.
Oh man, their entrance was amazing.
Yeah,
it made no sense.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like credit to those guys because they accepted what they were given to do.
Yeah, and
they did it. And they never. I mean, it wasn't cringeworthy bad. It was so bad that it was good bad.
Yeah. That rap.
But they really should be protecting their characters a bit more.
Yeah, they should. They should. Because, like, they haven't built up that clout to where, like, they can be losing for ages and then you can flip the switch and they're top of the mountain.
And the other thing is, as well, at this point, I suppose, I mean, look, Bad Bunny, their celebrities usually win their matches for some reason, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't really make the wrestlers in the match look good if a celebrity could come in and be on their level. However, the way they've been booking John Morrison and Miz,
it's believable.
Yeah. Can accept that. Except that the problem now is Miz was champion a month ago.
Yeah.
So you have Bad Bunny going toe to toe with the guy who was the WWE champion a couple of months ago. 4 weeks ago. Like, all right, so your champion is equivalent to some guy off the street that just trained for like a month. To be fair though, the way they've been booking the Miz prior and stuff like that, he was coming across as a chump anyways.
Yeah.
Even though I like the Miz and he shouldn't be booked this way.
Yeah.
He's just like, I suppose he's here because they haven't done anything worthwhile with him, so it doesn't affect him this loss too much.
Yeah.
But in their minds, I think realistically should be doing more of the Miz, but so Bad Bunny impressed me, and he did impress me at certain points, right?
Yeah.
Which is a strange thing to say because the more complicated stuff he seemed to be able to do, right? I think though, to be fair, the complicated stuff is more for the Miz or John Morrison, whoever's doing it with, in conjunction.
Yeah.
That are able to help him complete the maneuver. When he's doing the more basic stuff, it's like, he doesn't do it well. Does a snapmare and he didn't take that properly.
Yeah, that is true.
But the strange thing is, he did it. So Miz was going to hip toss Bad Bunny, and Bad Bunny flipped over and landed on his feet, and then rolled into an arm drag from there. I was like, okay, that's quite impressive because I wouldn't expect him to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And then he did a flying head scissors as well, and I was like, okay, all right, but then you can't run the ropes properly, and you can't do a snapmare properly. Yeah, what's up with that?
Sometimes those simplest moves are the hardest ones,
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it was odd because that's what I'm saying. He did a tornado DDT as well, which looked all right. But I think that's more Miz had to pick him up and swing him around for the rotation. But it's just like, sometimes he could do the more impressive stuff, but not do the basic stuff. It's like, okay, very weird.
Very weird.
Probably because he had to train those spots though to make sure they happened.
Yeah.
Well. Bad Bunny looked odd as well because he was in a black athletic suit sort of thing, yeah? And then because it was getting later in the day, he just looked like a floating head and arms.
Yeah, I just realised that now. Maybe that's what they see.
I was like, all right, realistically, he should probably wear some like dark blue or something like that.
Yeah.
Because then you could tell him from the background.
Yeah.
Even if he had like blue and had like standard like stripes or patterns, or something just like I don't want to say like your superhero look, right? But just some shapes on it or something to give it some more color and definition and lines.
Yeah.
But he just looked like an ordinary athletic guy, but not a guy who goes to buff guy who goes to the gym. Not like we're talking about say Stephen Amell, right? That guy looks like he could take a wrestler on.
Yeah.
But Bad Bunny looks like an ordinary dude-ish to a degree.
Yeah. So that's like most wrestlers nowadays anyway. So.
To be fair. I mean, but that's what I'm saying is they probably should have put him across against someone like Johnny Gargano or something like that.
No.
I'm saying physique-wise.
No. Because like, if someone like Johnny Gargano, he's known for work rate. And if you put
that was the same. But I'm not saying Johnny Gargano himself. I'm just saying someone with closer physique than that. Because Miz and Morrison, as much as we think, okay, they look ordinary guys in the ring, they are actually quite big.
Yeah, no, Miz is big. He's big.
Always so I'm just saying someone like with more Johnny Gargano / Adam Cole physique, be comparable to Bad Bunny, and you're like, all right, okay, fair enough. But when you got a big guy like the Miz and Morrison, and you're like, well, they could literally lift Bad Bunny up and just throw him about.
Yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
But position-wise, though, in the terms of company totem pole, these were the right guys to do it with.
That's how I saw it.
Yeah. Because they took a loss as well, and you're like, all right, well, yeah.
Hey.
I don't, and Bad Bunny managed to give a Falcon Arrow to John Morrison.
That looked dope. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but it was like. But could you really raise John Morrison up? I don't know about that.
Yeah, but when you think back all these things, realistic, like you got to see it from the kayfabe aspect. If you're talking about real life, none of these people could really give another person like a Falcon Arrow or something like that without being assisted.
True, it's true. It's true.
So you got to kind of, that's how I take wrestling. I just see it as what it is. I don't go too far into thinking. But in real life, this person couldn't, because you're getting nowhere. But that destroyer was cool.
Oh my goodness, that destroyer on the outside, which obviously, as we know,
yeah,
the destroyer is more of the person who's taking it, does more of the work.
Yeah.
Actually popped me because I was like, oh.
Same. I was like,
I thought he was just gonna I thought John Morrison was just gonna flip him over and count him.
Yeah.
But no, it was like, okay, fair enough, and he took it on the outside as well.
Yeah. And if this was on NXT, I'll be okay, cool. They do destroyers in NXT. It is what it is. But because this is like main roster, I was like, huh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Why? So yeah, that was cool.
Props to John Morrison for allowing himself to take that on the outside as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Miz gets pinned, right?
Yeah, with a Doomsday crossbody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'd say this. What would you say? This match is missable. I'd probably put it in missable category.
I would put it in watchable. Like, I'm really entertained by this match. Really.
Oh, wait, okay, but so you think it's entertaining?
Yeah, entertaining. Highly.
All right. Okay. I'd probably put it as missable, but yeah. I mean, we're not going to always have the same opinions, so that's fair enough.
If we did, it would be boring.
All right. Okay. So that's that.
Yep. Then it's the main event.
Yeah. Bianca Belair versus Women's Champion Sasha Banks.
Yep.
This match was 17 minutes long, but it actually went by really quickly. And I've got to say this, right?
Yeah.
Bianca Belair coming out.
Yeah.
When she got in the ring, it's like even the commentators point out, like everything just hit her all at once.
Yeah.
Like realized, it's a big stage. As they point out, the two women headlining, not there, but the two women of color headlining it as well. And you could also say, because she knows the predetermined outcome, she knows she's going to win the match. So like all the emotions are hitting her.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? That just makes it more genuine to me, the way that she is. Because it's like, well, not everyone's going to get a headline WrestleMania anyways. And if it doesn't feel special to the wrestler, it won't feel special to the audience either. So I was like, oh, you know what? It actually makes it more effective.
Yeah.
In that particular role.
Yeah.
If she was a heel, on the other hand, and she had those facial expressions, people, it might even turn her face, you know.
Yeah. Because when I saw her and Sasha sort of both come to tears sort of thing, that kind of got me. I was like, oh.
And the thing is, though, Sasha handled it really well because you could, I think she started mouthing off and stuff like that. And you're like, yeah, it's boss character work. And I thought she was just going to, so Bianca Belair looking at the crowd, welling up, I thought Sasha was just going to swagger up to her and just slap her across the face.
Yeah.
To get her back in, partially to be like, I'm a heel. I'm going to do this to you.
Yeah.
Straight up when you're trying to look at the crowd and go, yeah, it's my time. But secondly, it's like, get yourself into gear, girl. It's not the time, but you can't allow yourself to be
too much.
Aware of everything right now. We've got this. We've got to get through. We've got to finish the match.
Yeah,
and we got to start the match. You know?
Because you can see that it kind of overwhelmed Sasha for a minute, but then obviously she's been doing it for ages. She brought herself back. She's like, okay, back to character.
She didn't end up slapping her. But I thought, okay, if she did, that would have been a move, you know, because that would have just set everyone's positions perfectly in. This one's a dickish heel. This is a plucky baby face right here, who is not out of her depth necessarily, but she hasn't got the experience and stuff like that. So maybe the conniving heel can get the win. Yeah. It's actually a really good match, though.
Really good match.
Yeah. And they built it to... Okay, so I was like, when Bianca Belair was the heel, she had her hair whip.
Yeah.
And I was like, you probably can't pull that off as a face. Yeah. However, let's see how they're going to go, because she might have to... They may well have it bust out at some point. And the story of the entire match was, Bianca Belair... big brutish. Well, she's not massively.
No, but she's strong. Right? She's obviously physically stronger than.
No, but that's the play of the match. She was stronger, but then Sasha was started using the hair to her, like the ponytail, to her own advantage. Tying Bianca Belair up with it, using it in the bank statement as well, putting her back, using it to get out of maneuvers and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, so at some point, to build up to it, we're gonna get a hair whip. That's gonna be deserved.
Yeah.
Which she did that towards the end.
But, and it worked.
And this was a pretty decent, even match as well.
Yeah.
Because no one had too much control.
No.
Either way. And Sasha, I think, it looked like, not necessarily, she was calling the match or anything like that because she's a heel, but just like, she maintained control through most of it in the sense that her layout.
Yeah, because like, how I saw it was like, obviously, Bianca's stronger than Sasha, but Sasha always used her experience to counter anything Bianca did to her. Just like, that's a
and that was Bianca Belair went out the ring.
Yeah.
And then Sasha went to dive on her, suicide dive. And I was like, oh no, Sasha Banks, not this again, because
she's not.
You might crack your face against the floor and hurt your neck and stuff. No, but she didn't. She actually caught it. It was a crossbody. It wasn't a straight dive. She came out of the ring crossbody style, so Bianca Belair could catch her, roll through, then push her.
Military pressed her up. And walked into the ring with her.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh, first of all, that's balance as well, because she's holding up. The upper half is heavier than the lower half, right?
Yeah.
But she's going up the stairs with her as well. She's got to hold her in a position. And then the way she threw her in the ring, I thought, okay, this is going to be tricky, because if she throws her flat, like pancake style, into the ring, Sasha's upper half might hit the floor first, and then she got, bend her back or whatever.
Yeah.
But Sasha took it on her feet. She came in with her feet first, and then kind of rolled back.
Yeah.
But made it look like she got thrown in, and she took it. She took the landing safely, but not safely in the sense that she sold it.
Yeah.
When going in the ring, she wasn't going to hurt herself.
Yeah.
Bianca Belair impressed me with her athleticism. Yeah, standing shooting star presses.
Yeah.
450s. And there was this crazy 720 DDT by Sasha Banks, which was okay. So it was a tornado DDT from the corner, but she rotated around to then go to the springboard off the second rope adjacent.
Yeah.
Another 360 spin. Like, okay, that's a bit nutty.
You're like, cool, okay. Never seen that before, but all right, sweet.
Yeah. And then it all built up to the I think she
crescendo. Yeah.
Yeah. So Bianca Belair tried to do the KOD, the Kiss of Death.
Yeah.
Which is like a torture rack. Wait. Over
like
the shoulder
hammer into a front face buster.
Yeah. Okay, so and Sasha got out of it by grabbing the hair.
Yeah.
And then Bianca's like, grab the hair back, and then you got the hair whip.
Yeah.
Like, she grabbed the hair back, which then pulls Sasha Banks forward, and then you got your one hair whip of the match. And I thought there were going to be multiple hair whips.
Yeah.
I thought she's going to get her multiple times, because they built to the point where you're like, Sasha, you got to take a good couple of those.
Yeah, because you keep going after it. Yeah.
Yeah. But they did the one, which is fair enough, because it was a cracking sound, man.
Yeah.
And Sasha sold it like she got, that hurt.
Yeah.
She stumbled from it and stuff like that. And then she got the finisher, and Bianca Belair was like, tears everywhere. But Sasha showed off the hair whip where she got hit, and
you saw that.
Oof. Yeah. Was that the color from the end of the hair whip that got her, or she legit got cracked by it?
I don't know. It just looked. It just looked
off screen. Well, could have been off screen in her hand glove thing that she was wearing. She just pulled out like a pen, not a pen, but whatever, drew down the side of her.
Yeah.
Like a mark. Could have been that, because she was off screen as well. But if that was from the hair whip, wow, she took a crack, man.
Yeah, it was wow. Because it looked like raw as well, so I was like,
one thing that kind of got me though was Bianca Belair did the 450 and Sasha Banks kicked out of it, and Bianca Belair's face sold it like, it was starting to get a bit hammy the way that she sold it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was dramatic for the kick out for the time of the match, but at the same time, it's like, you got to a point where it was like, ooh, maybe you should kicked it down one more notch.
Yeah. It kind of almost brought me out of it. Yeah.
I mean, she was shocked. To be fair, she acted as she should, but she acted a bit more than she should have. Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
But what would you say about the overall event?
Overall event, I really enjoyed it.
I would say you got some really good matches.
Yeah.
You got some alright matches, and you got some matches that weren't so good.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
But I think the good outweighed the bad. So.
Well, when it was good, it was really good. Let's put it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think some of the alright matches had good points in them.
Yeah.
And then the matches that weren't so good just weren't so good. That's all you can really say about that, right?
Yeah, fair enough. What would you say was your match of the night?
I'd say between the women's title match,
yeah,
not the title match, the women's title match, and Seth Rollins and Cesaro. But I probably will give it to the women's title match because Bianca Belair was, it just looked like it meant so much to her.
Yeah.
And her family as well.
Yeah, they
he stumbled over the thingamajig.
And the security guy was like, "Whoa, hold on, mate."
Yeah. But fair props to her because it's like, yeah, it just made it mean so much more.
Yeah. See, I would agree with you. It was out of those two, Seth and Cesaro, or the women's titles match.
Because I don't want to say that the Seth and Cesaro match is for nothing, but it was for respect.
Yeah.
It just was kind of like, there wasn't a bigger stake other than that.
Yeah.
Because if he beat Seth Rollins, if Seth Rollins had a title and he won the match, he would have got his respect and the title.
Yeah.
Just something a bit more notch to the win. Whereas here, I mean, Sasha Banks disrespected Bianca Belair anyway. So once she lost, not only she lost her title, she lost her dignity, she lost her, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And proper heel, but she I would say as well, Seth Rollins is more like a slimy heel.
Yeah.
Sasha Banks is like a really hateable heel, just because of the way the mouthing off, the body movements, that like, oh, I'm so superior to you. Attitude, and she kind of
she's well cocky.
Yeah. But she knows how to play it, so it's like, fair enough, and you have to play it to the point where you got beat up and everyone's behind the person beating you up.
Yeah.
So nicely done there. So are we signing off now? And we'll get to night 2 whenever.
Yes, we will.
Probably. All right. Well, night 2. Logically speaking, we should probably put that out the next day after we put this one out, of course.
Yeah. So you guys will have that on Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll probably push the next episode after that back to reset our.
To reset the schedule. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Looking forward to night 2.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's possibly got maybe the most the match with which confuses me the most on who I wants to win, and that's the Universal title match. I don't know who I actually want to win.
Logically speaking, with that one, I want to be all 3 people could win.
Yeah,
and I don't think we'd be dissatisfied.
Yes, literally, I'm like
that's the best way to put it.
Yeah, literally.
So the stakes for that, the unpredictability for that. Logically, I suspect Edge will win because he's going to be heel and Daniel Bryan's in there to take the pin.
Yeah.
If that's the way they want to go, because they want to put it Roman Reigns. However, you never know; it might not actually be that way.
Yeah.
Anyone could win.
Because how they built everyone up.
Yeah.
They will make a valuable point for winning. So yeah.
And then you can get multiple rematches as well with the loser or the next contender as well. So no matter who wins, you have a series of matches.
Yeah. No matter who wins, we all win.
Yeah. Okay. So all right. I will see you tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow.
Night 2 of WrestleMania.
Yep, of the WrestleMania.
Yeah. I am the Scottish Warrior, also previously
Warrior.
known as the Scottish Psychopath.
Oh yeah.
CY Chong.
And I am the. Oh crap! What's Seth Rollins' nickname again? Long as he's the old one. I am the Architect, Carl Charles.
Yeah. What was the other one? The Seth Freak? No, the Messiah.
Monday Night Messiah. That's the Friday Night Messiah now. Yeah. Or I'm the Mayor of Slamtown, or whichever one.
Wait. Can you sign us out with the Seth Rollins cackle? Alright. Okay, thanks for taking this trip around the multiverse with us. We'll see you guys soon. Very soon.
Yes. Very, very soon. Sooner than normal. Yes.
Yeah.
And remember, let us know what you think about the WrestleMania. And follow us on all the socials. And adios, amigos. Bye.